name game is fierce in the reefing hobby, but I'm here with Chris. You say your wholesale corals, forget it, no name game.
It's been a big problem for us as farmers because we get wild corals in and they look similar to something that somebody already named, but how can you lineage name that the same as the person that originally put the name on it?
Okay.
So because we got ours from the wild, we don't believe in putting the name that's common because it's not lineage, it's not the same DNA, it's a different coral. So we put our names on the corals. It's something that we feel is very important to know the lineage, not just put a name on it for the sake of marketing, because that's all it really is, in my opinion. And it makes it difficult for us as wholesalers to even sell stuff sometimes because, well, that's Holy Grail Micromucea. Yes, that is ACI's Holy Grail Micromucea. We got that from the original person that sent it into the United States, so we'll call it that. But this one here's Fascination Phovites. No, it's not, because I didn't get it from Joe Caprata over at Unique Corals.
Right.
I got it from the wild. So if that was something that was more addressed in the industry, I think it'd make it a little bit easier. And the names do make it kind of difficult when you break it all down because nobody knows what the coral really is, you know? And I think it's very important to understand what you actually have in your aquarium, not just some common name. What species is it? What genus is it? You know? And if people educate themselves more on that, it brings more awareness to what we actually have, and we've got something special.
So then if I buy an ACI Aquapora, what's it going to be called?
I don't know yet. I have one called AJ the Acro because one of my employees liked it. He's like, dude, this is an awesome acro. He's like, when we release it, what are you going to call it? I'm like, AJ the Acro. You know, if we have an 8-can Echinata. I'm like, one day I'm like, Eric the Echinata. And my guys were like, what is that? I'm like, it's just a name, right?
Right.
It's just a name, but guess what? You know what you actually have.
Right.
You know what species that coral is.
Okay.
But a newbie coming in that doesn't have all of that knowledge needs to absorb that stuff, because if they don't, what really is the meaning behind it? We don't have enough people educating about the actual coral itself. There's too much marketing. And marketing doesn't mean you know what the coral is, species-wise. If you know what it is and you can still market it, I think that's super important, because then you're getting the education that is lacking in this industry. And the more people that know more about it, the longer the industry will be around, in my opinion. But I'm just the guy that loves what I do, and I think it's the way it should be done, so people can adopt it or not.
Well, thanks, Chris, for doing that and educating people. That's a fun way to do it, through the name.
Definitely.
And I got to grab a list and see what you have out there, man.
Hey, man, thanks for stopping by the booth.